With respect to special occasion speech types, now I'm talking here about toasts, award presentations, acceptance speeches, keynote addresses, commencement addresses, graduation speeches, and even weddings. There are some universal guidelines that will help you prepare these types of speeches. First and foremost, when preparing a speech for a special occasion, analyze the expected audience carefully and adapt your speech specifically to those particular listeners. Second, don't make the speech too long. No one ever complains about any of these types of speeches being too short. The audience will be pleased to see you, do what's necessary, maybe even take a few photographs, but they don't want to hear your life story. So be brief, be to the point, and be seated. Third, try not to be controversial unless it's asked for or unless it's appropriate. Most of these situations are not situations where an edgy, argumentative speech is appropriate. People are there to have a good time or even celebrate, listen for a short time, and move on. They don't want to be upset, and they don't want messages designed to change their mood. Fourth, be sincere. Fulfill the expectations of the occasion. Just an honest, straightforward, genuine, and truthful approach will increase both your credibility and your integrity. Your openness and your candor will be appreciated. Fifth, speak clearly. This is a special occasion. A speech or address is expected. It's your job to make certain that everyone in your audience can hear you and to make certain your ideas are articulated carefully so that all who can hear you can understand you as well. Sixth, don't be afraid to be emotional, but don't overdo it. There's nothing wrong with giving a powerful, stirring, heartwarming, and impassioned speech. If you're accepting an award, some tearfulness may be appropriate, but you should not get choked up or give a weepy performance. Save that for a private audience. Sixth, thank the people who really made a difference. Whenever you can acknowledge people in your audience, you increase your credibility and perhaps the degree to which listeners even accept you. Are there people, specific people, who contributed to where you are and what you're doing? Seventh, be witty and humorous when it's comfortable and natural. Just don't overdo it. People appreciate a sense of humor. If you can uncover the funny side of your topic or add an amusing touch, it will be appreciated. If this feels uncomfortable or unnatural, avoid it at all costs. If you can make fun of yourself, you are likely to increase listener identification with you. But obvious insertions of humor, like puns, jests, witticisms, wisecracks, gags, and one-liners, just for the sake of being funny, may backfire and should be avoided. When you're facing a decision about whether or not to add humor to a speech or an address, it's probably better to avoid it, because forced humor is much worse than no humor at all. If you're a naturally funny speaker, then proceed with caution. Ninth, don't speak too quickly. Know what you want to say and take your time. This doesn't mean give a long speech, but give a short speech slowly, with expression. Let the audience have time to take in what you've said. One of the most common complaints of speakers is that they talk too fast. 10th, when you're finished, sit down. Plan your conclusion carefully, and when you've finished saying what you have planned, sit down. 11th, try not to read your speech. Use notes. Notes are acceptable in most circumstances. The better you know your information, the better. Reading a manuscript speech is distracting, may even indicate a lack of sincerity, and may well bore your listeners. Special occasion speeches can be really special if you remember these universal guidelines. Find out more about special occasion speeches by visiting our website, publicspeakingrules.com.